Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we'll be making butterfly gown for our princesses. So for the folding of my fabric, what you're going to fold is your hip measurement plus some allowances for ease, and then for extra allowance for butterfly how it used to be. I'm going to show you guys what I'm trying to explain as we go on to this video. So because I have this fabric has a pattern, so I'm going to be what I just marked is to mark out my hemming allowance, and then from that hemming allowance, because I want the pattern to be at the down part of the style, so from that hemming allowance I'm going to take the total measurement to my total measurement. Go ahead and take my total measurement. So if yours doesn't have any pattern, what you're going to do is to take the length of your gown and then add 2 inches for hemming. Hope you understand it now. So that's what I just did, but I did it the other way around because I want my hemming part to be at the pattern, the pattern at the down part. So this is our starting point, and from there I'm going to be marking our bust line. Remember, this is a free gown, so I'm marking at 8 inches. I'm not going to make it to be fitted. It's not a fitted gown. Then from there I marked my half length. I marked at 13 inches, and then from there I marked at my hip line, and then the other line will be our hemming line. If there's any question that you don't understand, please leave a comment below. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to mark half of my shoulder measurement. That's my shoulder measurement divided by 2. That's what I mean by half of it. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this. And then for my neckline, I am marking at 3 inches for the width. I believe 3 inches for the width, and then 4 inches for the depth. Remember, whatever you're going to mark, because this style is not going to be having zipper, whatever neckline you're going to mark will be wide enough to accommodate the head, that the head can pass through it. I hope you understand this. So that's why I am marking as 3 by 4 inches. Then the next thing I'm going to mark is the back neckline, which is 1.5, and then the width is the same as the front one. I'm going to go ahead and connect it. While cutting, we are going to cut the back first before cutting the front. You will see it as we go on with the video. Then the next thing I'm going to do from my shoulder measurement is to mark how long I want my sleeve to be. This depends on how long, and how long depends on how much fabric you are going to fold. So I'm going to mark this all the way straight down. We're not marking any other measurement for now. Other measurements will be inserted while we want to stitch this down on our sewing machine, because if you mark it down, it's going to affect the style. Then the next thing I did is to go down by 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it to my neckline, to my shoulder line. And that is basically all for the cutting of this fabric. Remember, we are cutting the front and the back together, folded the same equally. If you haven't subscribed to my channel up to this moment, please take 1 minute to subscribe to my channel, join the growing family. And to my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. So this channel is all about style and a little bit of lifestyle because I'm trying to lose weight very soon, and I don't know if it's something that you guys are interested in to bring it to you. So I just separated the 2 fabrics and then cut out the front neckline, just like you see. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my facing from the back neck for the back bodice first. The first thing I did is to fold my fabric into 2. And the folded part is going to match the folded part of the fabric I'm going to be using for my facing. All I did is just to place it on the fabric, and then I'm going to go ahead and trace out my neckline. So I'm going to go ahead and trace out the back neckline with my chalk, just like you see me do. Please go ahead and do the same. Instead of remarking it, I just trace this out, and then also trace out my shoulder line so that I will see how slopey the shoulder line is. Then the next thing I'm going to do is from the lines there, I'm going to go ahead and start marking 3 inches all round. You can mark this as long as you want. you are going to mark this as long as you want or as short as you want. You can go ahead and mark about even 2.5 inches, depending on how much fabric you like working with. So this is it. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for our front neckline. I just place it out on my folded fabric as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and arrange it well, just like you see me do. And then trace out the neckline and also the shoulder line before going ahead to mark the 3 inches that I did for the back neckline. So I'm just repeating what I did for the front, basically for the front neckline. I'm just repeating it for this back one. Sorry, repeating what I did for the back one on the front neckline. If you don't want to use your facing, you can use your bias for this. It's just what you do. Only thing you have to do is to pipe your neckline with your bias or your fabric bias. So this is it. After I was done cutting it, it's time to attach this. So what I did is to place the facing on the that's front facing front, the facing of my fabric, front facing, and my front bodies. Place them together. I'm going to go ahead and then pin this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and stitch this at 1/2 inch. You can as well add your stitching allowance before cutting this out, but because I want my neckline to fall at 4.5 inches, that's why I did not add any allowance while cutting it out. And I did the same thing for the back one as well. And this is it. After I was done, I'm just making notches around the neckline, and then I'm going to go ahead and turn it to the right side, to the wrong side. And I will do the same thing for the front bodies as well, and then turn it to the wrong side. I'm going to go ahead and iron this. You can go ahead to hem this and then use your hemming gum to serge it there. Use your hemming gum to hold it down. But at this moment, I do not have any. I have a hemming gum, but I do not have a serging machine. So I'm going to leave it till when I serge it. So I've gone ahead to iron this down. You can see how it's looking flat. The next thing I'm going to do is to arrange the fabric on top of each other. That's front facing front. And then I'm going to go ahead and match the two neckline. That place we join the neckline and the facing. That's where you make sure that both are matching each other. And then I'm going to go ahead and pin this down. Please make sure it's matching. If it's not matching, it's going to affect your neckline. And then I'm going to go ahead and arrange every other side of the shoulder and also the facing, and then pin it together. For the other side. So this is it. After I was done stitching it down, you see I have two sides of it looking beautiful and neat with no rough edges. That's the essence of this facing. So you can see both sides is covered. If there's any bulge at that neckline, please go ahead and cut it out. So this is it. I just turned it to the front bodies, front to the right side. So that I'm going to go ahead and use my bias to design this. I just wanted to give it a little bit of color or design to beautify it. I don't know if this white bias fulfill the purpose of this, or I should have used black or another color. What do you think? So I just stitched it down just the way you pipe your neckline. That's the same way you're going to do this, but you're going to do it from the front to the back. After stitching it, the bias is supposed to be showing at the front side. Hope you understand this. So this is it. After I was done piping the two sides, I also do the same thing. So you're going to do it from your hemming side, one side of your hem to the shoulder, and then to the other side. So the next thing I'm going to do is to arrange the fabric well, making sure that is matching each other and well placed. I'm going to go ahead and pin the two sides together to keep the fabric in place before we go ahead to stitch down the two sides. Remember, we are stitching on the fabric wide open. You are going to see what I mean. after pinning it down. So I am done pinning this down. We are going to go ahead and make our measurements for stitching. And then place, so while making our measurements, placing my tape on my shoulder line, I'm going to be marking at my bust point. Remember, we marked at 8 inches. So I marked at 8 inches from here. And I'll do the same thing for the other side. Then at that 8 inches I am marked, I am going to place my tape at the beginning of the gown, and then I'm going to mark half of my bust measurement. That's my bust measurement divided by 2. I'm going to go ahead and mark what I have there. And then from there, I'm going to be adding about 4 inches for ease. You can add as less as you want or as more as you want, depending on how free or fitted you want it. But remember that this doesn't have zip, so how fitted you have to consider for it to pass through your body. Then the remaining allowances, I'm going to divide it into 2 and then mark at the middle. The remaining other side will be used for the other side of the fabric. I hope you understand this. So the allowance is divided into 2. I will use half of it to stitch on one side and then use half of it to stitch on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm placing my tape at the shoulder line. I marked my waistline and then my hip line. Then at my waistline, I am going to mark my waist divided by 2, then half of my waist measurement. And then since I added 4 inches on my bust, I'm going to be adding 4 inches as well for ease on my waistline. And then I'm going to measure the waistline, the remaining allowance there. Whatever I have, I'll mark half of it and then use half for the other side. I'm just connecting the line from the bust to the waist. And I'll repeat the same process for the hip as well. That's the half of my hip measurement plus 4 inches for ease. And then divide the remaining allowance by 2. Mark one at one side and then the other one at the other side for my stitching allowance. I'm just marking the line so that I will know where to stitch. I'm going to clean this after I was done marking it. There's no other way to do this. You must mark on the right side of the fabric because you are stitching the fabric wide open. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch it down on the 2 sides. And this is it after I was done stitching it down. You can't see it because of the tray, but look at it here. And this is my armhole opening for the armhole. And this is the other side. I've gone ahead to stitch it as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is to hem this by the allowance that you added. And that's basically all for this style. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please. I hope you learned 1 or 2 things from this video. If there's any video you want me to do, please leave a comment below and I will make sure I get it your way as soon as I can. And I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Hope you're feeling my model, cha. By the time you style this with your sneakers and then with the beautiful hair, it will be giving lots. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.